Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Isle of Whithe. We managed to get everybody together this week, which means we play. When last we left our protagonists, everybody had leveled up, so say hi to level 2, everybody.
Hi, level 2.
Hi, level 2.
Hello.
New level, new me.
No.
And
No.
New level, more bombs.
New
New
level, same me.
more stuff.
so everybody has taken the last couple of weeks to make some choices and update character sheets, and we may take a little bit to get used to that. And some of us may still need to do a little bit of that, but that's okay. And yeah.
I messed up. Hold on.
Oh no. Oh god. Oh boy, there's more.
I have a single spell that I need to change out because one of them is required for my thing.
I mean,
Alright.
we've been at this for a minute. Literally.
We've been
And you already need to change shit. In the 15
Well,
minutes you were doing it
through and
beforehand.
double checking people's character sheets for about 30 minutes off stream, and that's okay. And they can do that while I monologue about like what's been going on.
It's
When
all good.
last we left our protagonists, they had delivered a order of books to their employer, Caniscordio, of his his Emerald Imperial Majesty's spy network, the Blades, and they had been told, quote, "Go and get into trouble and come back when you want another job." Getting into trouble won't be much of a problem for these five. So let's go around the table real quick and introduce ourselves, and let's go in reverse alphabetical order. So, Ratman, you're up.
Skip Ratman.
Skip Ratman. Jinx, you're up.
I'm back.
Yeah, go Ratman.
Sorry, I was putting a dish away.
Skipping Ratman. Ratman, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm back. I'm Ratman. Have bombs, throw bombs, and I love cheese.
Seems like a pretty good way of describing yourself. Hey, Jinx, you're on board. Chef, you're
I'm
on deck.
Jinx, a lovable kleptomaniac with daggers.
Also, pretty good way of putting it. Chef.
I'm Chef. I am the raging, on fire, be it hot or cold, barbarian who is also our sole basic healer in the group. And also a master of the
Not
culinary
anymore.
arts.
Now, Aki can cast the heal spell now.
I can now heal us. Whether I will or not, we'll see.
I can make elf stew. It's a thing. I have a recipe.
All right, Carmine.
Hi, I'm Carmine. My frog is the only thing holding me together, and for some reason I woke up and now I'm able to talk to my sugar daddy minotaur because I learned a new language.
She woke up like this.
She had one of those audio
Damn, and
books
all I
that
got
teaches
was
you a
bad.
language. Learn Spanish while you sleep.
Aki, introduce yourself.
I'm going through new stuff because I'm no longer a mind tickling person. I now am a scary magic flinger.
Aki was feeling a little mechanically redundant, so we decided to completely rebuild him. So yeah, he's now an Oni blood sorcerer.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
basically.
So that's just objectively fucking cool. Um, and I'm also going to take the opportunity. If anybody else would like to rebuild their character, that is an option, but please do it during a level up session. Because what I don't want is everybody respecing for every at every opportunity, because it will hurt my brain and also be really complicated. So yeah, you guys are in Viercheniatska, and the very last thing that we did before we broke off last session, I asked for some suggestions, and you guys came up with these. Quick reminder to everybody, Orva is a small village nearby that's been having trouble, and Chef is the only person who cared to go there. A couple of folks want to come up here to the Magocracy of Whispers in Tower Place. Jinx was interested in heading over here to the Free Towns in Solstein and Feldkirch, Kitzbach. And somebody mentioned getting a horse, but I'm not sure if that got shot down because it was decided that making Chef haul the wagon around was funny.
I could have sworn that we
I
were
think we wanted the horse at the
yeah,
end.
we did wanted to get a horse.
All right.
So
Let's
that is our goal.
buy us a horse. We shall.
I mean, I'm rolling in dough. I can get us a horse.
I'm doing okay. We shall call him Franklin.
Franklin.
Franklin the horse. I
All
like it.
right. So a horse is going to be a full 2 gold pieces on its own.
Oh no.
Ah, that hurts.
That's how much the horse goes for?
You can buy a horse. Yeah, it's 2 entire gold pieces when most people are taking home a silver a day.
How much for
And that's
feeds?
before
Okay, that is
expenses and
fair.
taxes, and ultimately most people's take home winds up being something like 2 copper per.
Is it just the horse, or does it come with like a bridle and stuff?
And it is just the horse.
All
In
right,
the
sounds like
untimely event
You
of the
guys
horse's
want
death, how much food do
harness
we get?
and gear to take care of it, and like collars and tack and so forth. You're looking at another gold on top of it.
Did we
Ah.
get platinum
Fucking free?
pieces? We did
Yeah,
get platinum
Yes, we
pieces,
got.
right?
Oh,
We
Yes.
got
yeah,
10 each,
10.
right? Okay. I'm not
Hmm.
crazy. I was like,
No,
when did I
we're
get
rolling right
platinum?
now. We're rolling right now.
You're rolling for low level stuff right now.
Yeah.
Birkenyatska is also a level 3 settlement. You could purchase any mundane goods up to level 3.
So let's get us a Franklin and all the equipment to hook him up to the wagon. And do they have horse armor?
Yes, but give me a moment to.
Nurse Ratchet is typing something. Hold on.
Let's feed.
Keep Franklin safe.
Yes. I named my horse Abigail in Red Dead.
That's funny. Can't remember what I named my most recent horse.
My chocobo in Final Fantasy is named George.
George?
Yes.
Why are we so good at naming things that's so generic?
I think I named mine Bubblegum.
The
Oh,
funniest
okay.
Look
the
at the
f-
bunnies.
the funniest part was when I got my chocobo, it was a group of us that all got our chocobos at the same time, and everyone's like, I'm gonna name mine Buttercup. I'm gonna name mine like rather like they had like these really cute like fantasy names. They finally got to me. I said, "I'm just gonna name my George," and everyone went silent in the room and
I
just
took it
said,
home,
"Why?"
and he's perfect and wonderful, and I'm going to cuddle him and name him George.
Yes.
His name shall be George.
George shall be the naming of this animal, and the naming of this animal shall be George.
I also may have
Let it
screwed up
be.
trying to change his color to a different color, and now he's just white. So
When I was trying to make mine pink, kept screwing it up so many times.
that's what I did. Is I was
And then
trying to
I
make
eventually
him
just did the
pink.
calculator.
All right.
Anyways, back to Pathfinder. Sorry.
Can I have a chocobo in Pathfinder?
I
The
mean,
equivalent of a chocobo.
the equivalent of a chocobo is
I want a
just an
costume for the
ostrich.
horse that makes
And
it look
the
like an
answer is yes.
ostrich.
I don't see
A war
something
emu.
specifically for mount armor. But horses are large creatures, so it's going to cost a double. So what kind of armor are you looking for this horse?
I just want something so it won't get dead. You know, like if we get ambushed, I don't want the first shot to be in the horse and the horse is down. You know what I'm saying? Want to protect our investment.
Give it
We
a bunch of
don't.
pots and pans.
So what kind of armor?
Yes. Have a pot lid on head and
I can hear it
Oh.
clanking, clank, clank, clanking.
You were talking
minus
to
5 to
the
stealth checks.
Chef will use it.
Minotaur blacksmith that Ching's had interactions with previously. So, what kind of automata are you looking for? Are you looking for
Stainless steel
are
non-stick.
you looking for
Sorry.
something perhaps more scale? Um,
Now, I was thinking scale like
all right,
something
all
with
right.
flexibility and movement. Or like leather with small plating.
And easy to clean.
Something.
I know
Sorry.
that they're going to have to put this
I'm
horse
just kidding.
into the armor and take it off out of the horse, or take the horse out of it every day, right?
Yeah, it's well, I'm looking for essentially like a throw over
Hmm.
cover. Something to protect the important bits.
Hmm.
Like an armored horse blanket?
Essentially, yes.
Okay, in that case,
A fire blanket for our horse. Got it.
in that case, I think that you're going to find more of what you are looking for, made out of like stiff leathers.
Yeah, I was thinking like a leather with maybe some
Three
thin metal square plating.
She gestures at the forge all around you. I don't think that you're talking to the right person. Try the leather worker.
Okay. I reckon
If you're looking for, something with perhaps some more heft, then I am the person to talk to. If you're looking for magic items, the Magocracy is the place you are going to want to go.
Do cloaks even? Never mind. You know what? I'm not gonna worry about the
In the Magocracy,
technicality.
your coin, if your coin is good, then you can I'm sure that if you ask somebody for a horse-sized cloak of invisibility, they will be able to make it.
So what would what kind of price wise would we be talking about for leather?
Are you looking for leather or are you looking for hide?
Leather.
Okay, for leather, you're going to be looking at about 40 gold.
40 gold. How much is in is one platinum is
10
10
gold.
gold? I can put in a platinum.
Okay.
Nah, honey. I got you, honey.
Mm.
I got you,
Thank-
honey, boo boo.
Thanks,
You
Sugar
can
Mama.
have my money, or you might already have it. I don't know what happened to it.
Should we invest in the armor?
Yes, I believe
Yeah.
I don't see a reason
We
why
can.
Okay, so get the horse and armor. You want to split the armor and horse there, Carmine?
Yeah, we can.
So we are talking a total of 43.
Silver or gold?
Gold.
Gold.
43 each or 43 total?
No, 40. I'm asking Zig.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So the horse itself and the gear is going to be 3 gold up front, and then you're going to have to worry about feeding it. You're talking through with the leather worker, and he's like, if you're interested in traveling a lot, then he starts going through quilted materials instead of leather. This will be comfortable enough for the animal to sleep in it, and you won't need to take it out. It will work a little better against clubs or bikes, but a sharp enough knife to go through this is also the kind of knife that would go through leather, so you're not really losing it there. And it's easier to repair in the field. So perhaps you're more interested in that,
That doesn't sound bad.
and
Yeah.
that will be a little cheaper. So probably do that for 30. It'll be 40 because you're asking for leather armor for a horse. That's going to be most of a hide on its own. It's just be a lot of material, and it doesn't need to be a lot of material because it'll do the same thing that you're looking for.
Okay, yeah, let's go with the quilted. So we are coming out 33 and a copper.
33 a copper. A copper is for like in-town feeding. If you're looking for like travel merchant caravan feeding, then you're going to be feeding the horse a little bit more.
Okay, how much are we talking?
That would probably be like, because it's not just like, oh, we need to feed the horses more. We are also feeding the horses different stuff. That would probably come out to a silver a day. And your wagon is of a size where you can probably store one feed barrel will probably last you a month, and
Oh.
a feed barrel is like 5 gold up front.
Okay, so 38 for everything. 38, 19
It's
each.
19 each. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'll split it.
And your horse Gambison is going to function as padded armor.
Word.
All right, cool. I hand over the 19.
All right.
Let's do chef.
Okay. Mark down the money.
Is done.
Already done.
We are stocked up on food and stuff, correct? Since we actually have something that can haul the food now.
It's not something that I was particularly keeping track of, but
So,
yeah, you
yes,
guys are
we are
starting to
stocked.
run out of like travel.
I will go ahead and buy more travel.
Okay.
Make sure we have blood sausage and tea, all the stuff that everybody likes. Cheese, good hard cheese.
Can I get some extra vials of water just for my pocket?
Uh,
And ink and parchment. For reasons.
are you looking for like a journal, or are you looking for like just a loose leaf parchment?
Actually, I was wondering if there's any type of... You know what? No, I'm gonna make my own parchment, or not parchment, but I was gonna try and use the ink for like talismans, but
Okay.
I just need ink and a brush.
Okay. So a writing set of a writing set is going to be a gold up front that includes stationery and a variety of papers and parchments,
Okay.
ink, uh, a quill ink pen, your sealing wax, and a basic seal.
Oh wait, I
Um,
have a writing set. I'm an idiot. Okay,
if
I
you
don't
want
need the
to
writing set.
refill your writing set with additional ink and additional paper, then that's going to be a silver.
I'll take the extra ink and parchment.
All right, mark down a silver.
And then if I can get like small vials of... if I could go to like a church or something that has like bottles of holy water
Uh,
or water that they claim is holy.
yeah, 3 gold each.
3 gold each. Got it. I will take... um 10, because that's 30, right? Yes. So I'll take 10.
Okay.
Ooh. All right.
Do we need to put the horse in our stuff, or do we just know we got him?
Somebody should probably mark down that you guys have a horse now.
Okay, I will mark down that I have a horse. I guess stowed items.
Yeah, sure.
Name Franklin.
Okay.
Franklin.
Jinx, Lefman, would you guys like to make any purchases?
I'm okay for right now.
Okay.
I've wandered off because I'm bored.
All right. What if you wandered off? What are you looking for?
I'm not actually looking for anything other than something
Trouble.
to amuse myself.
Okay.
She's looking for trouble.
Um, you find you're wandering through the food section, and you see a burst of flames coming from one of the vendors.
Ooh, cool. I want to go see what's going on.
Um, I have what is either good news or bad news depending on your take on it. The good news is that nobody is hurt. Uh, which may be bad news depending on how much you care about the city. Um, but yeah, it's just one of the cooks is getting showy and is showing off, and he's got some kind of a large griddle in front of him that appears to be pretty hot, and he'll just like put a bunch of oil on it, and then the whole thing lights up.
Ooh, neat. Do it again.
And he looks at you, and he listens to you saying, "Do it again, do it again," and he starts chuckling, and he does it more.
I'm just gonna be mesmerized. I'm just gonna watch it like this is the coolest thing ever.
I mean, are you going to buy food eventually?
I don't have any money.
I think you
I
should have
lost it
money.
way unless they've followed me, I have no idea what's going on. I'm just wandering off. I have no money, I've got nothing.
Aki will probably catch up to Jinx, and he'll probably look at what's at the stall. What kind of food is at the stall?
Um, there's you know what? Fuck it. I'm just committing to him being a hibachi chef. There's fried rice with eggs. There's various kinds of fried meat. Um,
Yeah, give me some meat on a stick for the little one.
Jinx is gonna
uh,
hop up and down and clap her hands when she gets it to go, thank you! This is awesome!
and yeah, the chef starts laughing with you. Jinx, you are now the proud owner of a kebab of meat and roasted vegetables.
How much for the meat and veggies, sir?
Your daughter, friend, she was here for some time. Um, 5 copper?
I'll give you 7.
Would you also
Just,
like a meal?
I mostly wanted to make her happy, is all. Thank you, though.
I understand. I understand. Good luck with her.
Thanks. What they always say. He looks down at Jinx and just like slowly grabs her by the neck of her collar.
And then Jinx has got meat juices and stuff all over her face. It's gotten on her clothes, and she just is happy as happy can be.
We'll head back towards the group. Ready to.
Mhm.
Whenever we're ready, y'all.
Charming, is there anything else that you were interested in picking up?
Doc, I need some new clothes.
Okay.
I looking ratchet.
But not nurse.
No.
All right. Are you looking for on a scale of 1, are you looking for traveling clothes? Are you looking for exploring clothes? Are you looking for what are you looking for?
I can't identify a specific movie or anything, but you know how like the girl suddenly wears pants, adventure gear,
Mhm.
that type shit.
Okay. And,
Can I visit the really nice man that I got the gloves from, the bougie dude,
yes.
and see if he might have something nice and
Oh,
cute
yeah,
for
the
me?
orc? Yeah, you can go and
Yeah.
talk to the orc tailor.
Yes, I would like to see that guy.
Yatska. Carmen, you're up here. You're talking to Resman. Ah, yes, yes, I remember you. You pair of gloves. How can I help you?
Um,
I
I don't
noticed
mind
that
exploring color
your
schemes,
friend is not
but
here.
I mean, if you want to see my friend, you can.
You're a better model than he is.
Okay, I will not tell him that. Um,
Go ahead. He models other people's clothing.
hey, if you need a male model, I know a good one.
So do I. His name is Dikinyas.
Oh. Anyways, um,
The orc shrugs.
I'm looking for something less dressy, but I still kind of want it to look nice. You know, I don't
Some
mind spending a little dosh.
So let us begin with the question. What precisely are you expecting to be doing?
To be what? I didn't catch the end.
What are you expecting to be doing? If you tell me that you're going up into the mountains, I'm going to suggest that you wear something different than if you tell me that you are going into, say, Gittis.
Um,
If you are looking to get into Gittis, I would suggest a new dress, but you're basically looking okay. I don't recommend climbing a mountain in what you're wearing.
right. She's gonna kind of stand there for a second. Well, let's see. Jeff, can I use your phrase?
Yes,
See, I'm probably planning on murdering some motherfuckers. So I need something a little versatile. But like I said, I need to look fine while doing it. Cause you know, maybe I have a date later on or I need to go talk to someone later, you know? Yeah, classy. Classy. But also
So,
adventurous.
and he's been taking notes. Are we interested in form over function or function over? Give me an idea of particular.
Sorry. Yeah, my I want to say everything they're saying. um, I would say, hmm. See, now I'm kind of she's stuck because she does want to push them boobies up, but you know, be able to wipe that blood off, you know. Um, so she's 50-50. She needs form and function, able to show
Yeah.
some ankle and tits at the same time,
she says it just like that.
just like that, just like that.
He's just holding his jaw in his left hand. He's scribbling down notes in his right.
Fucking Catwoman. Like the Anne Hathaway Catwoman.
I
Why
will
are we
tell you
enjoying
flat
this?
out, latex is not available on the island. It has not been imported yet.
It's fantasy latex.
Oh, jeez. Archer's wide. Eyes are gonna go so wide.
So my
Screw
first
it.
question,
Just wear all red, and it just blends in.
I'm sorry, you never gave me your name, and so miss. If you are looking for armor, then there are limits to what I am able to give you.
Right.
If you are looking for, and he flips to it, and he takes his note page, he rips it out, and he sets it aside because he's got like a little journal, and then he starts sketching. And if you are looking for um, something that you are capable of moving in, then we want to keep it lightweight, but we also want it to be sturdy enough to live up to sharp rocks, taking a tumble through dirt. We want things to be clean. Means that we want to stick to um, easily treatable fibers, which means that we are taking out the silk, unless you really want the silk, but then you're going to be in, but then you're going to have to take care of it. Um, so summer is coming before winter, so we're not really looking at wool. I'm going to suggest Dominion cotton. That is actually no. We will work in Kitesian cotton because Kites, the climate's a little bit milder, so the cotton is a little softer. Um, give me a moment. And he leans down behind his counter and he comes up with two bolts of fabric. He sets them. Just feel these. So we're going to be working in Tahitian cotton. It comes in a variety of colors. Do you have a favorite color? What do you want this to be? What do you want this to look
Well, if you have anything close to the color carmine, that would be perfect. Anything that complements that is okay as an accent color. Easy to wipe the blood off, it blends in. I can miss some spots.
like? Red dyes are expensive.
I should know as a painter myself, red is very hard to find.
That,
Unless you're mixing blood, of course, but that's besides the point.
that takes him aback for a moment. What are you, some kind of soldier?
Sorry.
No, just normally when somebody is as comfortable suggesting violence as a means to color clothes, they have some kind of military background. Um,
She's just not going to answer the question. Just stare at him with
okay.
a smile.
He shrugs a little bit, as in a have it your way. Um, sketches down sketches down your form in what looks like charcoal, and then he comes in with an ink pen, and he starts or I'm sorry, and he continues with the charcoal sketching in. Um, so we're looking at Cartesian cotton across most of this. I maintain, do you want this to be armor? Because that means that I need to work in the quilting at a much more structural.
No, I don't need armor for now. Thank you, though.
Very well, very well. So the baseline, you mentioned red.
Yes, please.
He points you to a frilled undershirt and about your size that's he has hanging often that he has hanging out in the store. Can you try that on the changing room? And he points at one of the doors behind him. It's just there. Let me know if it fits.
All right. She puts it on.
Like in the changing room.
Yes. Sorry.
It fits pretty well, but it could probably stand to be taken in a little bit. Around the waist.
Yeah, I want that motherfucker cinched.
No, no, you don't want it cinched. Making it cinched makes it harder to breathe and harder to move in.
Ah,
But
BJ's pain.
I have known too many young women who get themselves hurt saying things like that to believe it. If that is your opinion about beauty, then your beauty will be temporary. And I do not do temporary things.
Fair enough.
My work is made to last. However, and he grabs some of the material, pulls out a chalk and marks it, and he'll bring it in about 2 inches around the way. However, we get a little bit of flare. It will fit a little tighter, and I think that that's a little bit more of what you're going to. Then we have the overlayers. How many of these do you want?
Mm,
Are you looking for a vest and a jacket? Are you looking for only a vest?
Hmm?
Are you looking for both and then something else on top? How much of a fashion statement do you want to make?
like just the vest, but I might need the jacket just in case I run a little cold. So more often than not, I'll just be wearing the vest, but I will need the jacket if need be.
All right. I'm going to suggest that we keep this shirt in uh I can whiten it up a little bit. Right now it is undyed cotton, so it's very slightly off white. Um, perhaps a perhaps yellowing it slightly so that it's a little more creamy will be good. The vest, I know that you mentioned wanting red earlier. The vest is where we get the red. If you want to get the jacket, red on red, that's going to be a little bit much. If we say
Right.
red on green or green on red, you're going to look like a like a Yule tree. And I am not going to do that to you. So he reaches for your dress. I'm going to suggest that for the jacket, we go with this for a color very much like it. That gives you a little bit of contrast. It means that the red is going to pop more, and that means that it's going to draw more attention to things that you want to draw more
Yeah, I'll go with that.
because you mentioned that you like the red.
Yes.
Um, so back to his notes page, he scribbles down really quick, shirt minor alterations, then he chicken scratches a little bit. Um, the jacket, we're going to stay in the cotton, But because this isn't going to be against your skin, I'm going to suggest that we go to the menu button. It'll be a little cheaper. And conveniently, he points to a different rack. I already have something in blue that I think will work and is roughly the size. So why don't you grab that and try that on with the over the shirt, of course. And the vest is going to be customized.
She'll try on the jacket while he's.
The jacket was pretty. It fits you across the shoulders, but it's pretty clearly meant for a man. It's going to require some more or some heavier alterations. Yet as you come out and you're like, I'm not really sure how I feel about this. It doesn't quite fit me right. He grabs a tin of pins, comes over, pins it in about half a dozen places. He's like, this is going to need some alterations, but it's easier to start from this than it would be to start from scratch. I'll do the alterations. He's a pretty good tailor, so they feel good.
Okay.
All right, all right. He makes another note, like this is the jacket that we're going to alter in this way in this places, and he marks it all up. And he marks the thing in chalk while it's on your body, takes it off. Now, the vest. You mentioned the one thing it to be red. And you mentioned the one thing it to be nice. How nice?
Yes. Hmm. Enough to flatter a man on a Tuesday morning.
What's it Tuesday?
Midweek morning.
Da. All right. And he looks at something particular back behind his counter, like it's something that he doesn't want to come out and show to you. So
What?
the alterations for the shirt and the jacket, that's going to be a full gold, and it will take me a few hours for the shirt, a few hours more for the jacket. Probably going to be 2 hours all up. I apologize. Probably going to be about a day and a half of labor up front. So that's going to be 2 gold. Now, as for the vest, and
What did you
he
think,
goes
man?
back to the sketch of you. How low do you want it to come?
Mm.
Come over here. Come over here. Do you want it here? And he holds his finger to basically your navel. Do you want it here, at your waist? Do you want it here at your hips? Do you want it here, kind of halfway between the two? Like, where do you want it to be? Just move my hand.
We'll do waist.
All right. So we're talking about something relatively short. So we're talking probably only 2 buttons. Do you want it to be button? Do you want it to be clasp? Do you want hooks? Do you want something particular?
Buttons. Ease of access.
Buttons. Um,
Tying takes too long. Okay.
the third drawer over there, he points you to like the other half of the store where it's like only stuff for uh custom clothes making. The third drawer over there has buttons. There's a set in there inlaid with a red cord. And tell me if that is what you are looking for.
The thing I'm thinking about right now, I don't know if it's actually a thing, but I've seen it. I've had it when I was younger. You know where like it's not an actual button, but it's like a knob, and then like it's like a simple loop that you pull around the knob. I don't know what that's called. I don't think that's a button. Is that a button? You know what I'm talking about? Like a
Yeah,
hook.
I
Yeah, it like
yeah,
it's the thread that hooks.
got
Yeah.
got. Um, you're looking for you find the quartz things. They aren't really speaking to you. Um, are you looking for like really red, or are you looking for like pink?
Oh no, more on the red, deeper saturation.
Okay, but that's going to be expensive.
That's fine.
All right. So you're looking at so you find a set of garnets that
Oh,
just speak to you. And they're inlaid into uh silver. They aren't gaudy, but like they're the silver inlay reach out and you touch and you're like, wait a minute, this isn't silver necessarily. This is silvered steel. This is something special. I want these.
okay.
Um and you explain what you're looking for and he's like, all right, so you want like buttonhole. So you want small loops across the front. Do you want that to be like built in properly or are you looking away? This is really hard for me to do without being able to just
Show it.
draw. So are you looking for something like this or are you looking for something that's more proper button?
The one on the left.
All right, so that's going to mean that the edge needs to be reinforced. That needs to be some kind of cordage, maybe leather. No, definitely going to need to be reinforced. Oh, you picked out the garnets. Going to be really wonderful. Can you? He points out the. It took it. Can you read that? It takes a moment for you to realize that, like, around the gemstones, there's a carving of some language that. What languages do you speak?
I woke up being able to speak Common, Fey, and Jotun.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That you do not that you do not recognize.
Okay.
It seems harsh. Um it seems like a really aggressive language just looking at it. Almost
Ugh.
like somebody like grabbed a pencil reverse and was like carving into a prison wall or something.
What the fuck? Okay.
That's Orcish. It's a blessing. It's a blessing and a curse. Uh,
Would
as
my
in,
would my ring have that engraving on there? I'm just curious.
I don't remember your ring having an engraving.
I'm just asking. It's a trader's ring.
Um, it does not.
Okay.
Um, and the curse is basic. It's an old Orcish saying. It's basically swearing vengeance on whoever opens what these used to seal without the owner's permission. Um, it's the orc starts to blush a little bit, and you get the feeling that the curse is something really dirty.
Oh. Um, she'll put it back. Just out of
Oh no, they are wonderful pieces, and they were done for me as something of a joke. Um, but just looking at them reminds me of an old friend.
well, I'll keep them there for you as a reminder. I wouldn't dare take them.
As you turn, he places a hand over where you have them clasped. They were given to me with the intention of selling them to somebody. So the Kenyas can read it and doesn't want locusts to eat his penis off. So he'll never pay for it.
Oh,
And I don't want to use them for somebody who doesn't know what the curse is. But it's kind of funny to me that you are saying that this is something that you are looking to be um, both seductive and also something that you travel in, walking around saying that if somebody pulls this off of you without you wanting them to, you are hoping that they're swarmed by insects.
how much would you be willing
I think that
to
that's kind of funny.
take away with it?
Shrugs.
What?
I think that that's kind of funny. I think that it's funny that you just picked them out without you knowing. And then and then he like gestures with his hands wide and shrugs again. So you're interested in this vest coming down to about your waist. How do you want the top to or the top part of this thing to be made?
Busty.
How busty? He pulls over the sketch and he starts drawing on it. Are you looking for something that's like showing off something tasteful? Or are you looking for something that is showing off something perhaps more than tasteful? Or are you showing off something that you're hoping that the Kenyas is going that you are hoping to attract the Kenyas' attention away from hunting deer and whatever the hell else he does out in the
I don't know. I kind of want the party vote on this one. Do we want anime busty or do we want modest busty?
Should do tasteful. If you give them everything, then you don't have much to imagine about. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll do tastefully busty.
All right, you're still wearing the shirt. Good. He steps around with the tape. Take a deep. He stretches it over underneath of your bust. Take a deep breath, please. Into your chest.
Deep breath.
You comply, and he scribbles down a number. He moves it up so that it's basically right over the rightest part of your breast. Take another deep breath, please.
Yep.
All right, you can let it go. Writes down another number. Finishes taking the rest of your measurements. And so without this and um, just one last thing before we go. Um, if you want to like have, do you want this to be something V? Do you want this to be something scooped? Like what kind of a neck are we with? And keep in mind, he places his hand. He points basically right between your nipples. It's going to be coming down about this far.
Ooh, we'll do a V.
All right. How wide a V? Do you want it to be coming here along the neck? Do you want it to be coming here along the shoulder?
We'll do collarbone.
All
Like
right.
mid collarbone.
Takes a couple more measurements, scribbles stuff down. If you're going to be leaving town, it will be ready when you come back. If you're not going to be leaving town, it will be. The alterations I mentioned will take 2 days. This will probably take another 2 or 3 on its own.
And how much?
Scribbles down everything. How committed are you to the garnets?
I'll take them.
All right. 10 for the reaches down, pulls out another bolt of fabric that appears to be undyed spider silk, that like gray silvery color. Touch this.
Mm.
It
She
is
touches, please.
smooth. It is soft. It is honestly, it almost makes you think of like pajamas after you've really broken them in after like a year. Do you want this, or do you want something that's a little lower quality?
Yeah, I like this.
I like this too. That's why I'm wearing it. And as you can see, and he gestures at his own immaculate outfit, it takes dye like an absolute dream. So you're looking for this. You're looking for this dyed scarlet. A little cheaper than getting proper carmine, especially. That's going to be accounting for materials and dyeing and and all of that labor. That's going to come out to about 20. And then the garnets that I mentioned earlier are going to be another 30 on top of that, so 50. But this is going to be magnificent.
Uh, How about we hold off on the garnet? If you don't
We
mind.
hold off on the garnets, then the red quartz is going to be, if you're asking for something set with semi-precious stones or some kind of valuable metal, then it's going to be expensive no matter. If you're looking for something that's like bronze, then that's going to be significantly cheaper. Um, You seem like you have somebody in mind while you are asking for this, and may I ask who that person?
Someone who's giving me the money to pay you for this.
Who is that?
Hmm. Someone large, shall we say.
If you are looking for something that is going to seduce Scorpio, shell out for the gardener. It does not speak Orcish. If you are looking for someone like the Kenyas, shell out for the gardener. If you are looking to impress your friends, then based on what I have seen of them, they'll be impressed by the materials, and you don't need this stuff. If you want stones, I would recommend that if you're going for stones, go the whole hog. Go for the garnets because I'm not letting you buy the room.
Um, then I won't go with the stones.
And if you're not going with the stones, then that's going to be in bronze. Then that's going to come out to going to need to get those special needs. So that's about come out to 5 on top of the 10. We're looking at
How much?
25 for the vest. Now let's talk pants or skirts or whatever you want to be wearing around your legs.
Pants.
What are you interested in for these?
Pants. Not the ratchet type, eh?
Mm.
What are you looking for?
If I can afford this.
This is all in gold currently, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. This is if I can afford this. I can barely afford the vest. I might have to hold off on the vest.
We're gonna have to pull
I
our
would
money
point
for a
out
vest.
that he's not going to ask for all of it up front. It's
Okay.
going to take a couple of days, and if you go out of town and maybe
And
go
murder
to
and
a couple
shit.
of jobs and get paid for those jobs and come back, that's also an option.
Yep.
I
Okay.
can go rob all the orphanages of their lunch money.
There aren't orphanages around here. If your
Shame.
parents die, either you die too or you get adopted by friends of the family.
Um, for the pants, something some lighter material for sure,
All
so I
right.
don't sweat to death. Um,
Something strong, something breathable, something.
yeah.
All right, all right. Honestly, my answer is probably still cotton.
Yeah.
All right. He pulls out a yet another bolt of fabric. This one is again cotton, but it's a thicker weave, and it's clearly intended. This is supposed to be for riding breeches, but I'm thinking something like this. Do you ride?
Horses, no.
All right, and he just kind of breezily keeps going. All right, and we don't need to worry about. We don't need to particularly worry about the cold, so we're going to be cotton. Do you want pantaloons or do you want something more like what you are wearing currently?
Yeah.
Pantaloons is fine.
Yeah, yeah. And where do you want them to end?
I don't mind showing a little calf, a little ankle.
All right. And he barks off on the sketch of you, you know, like 2/3 of the way from your knee to your ankle.
Yeah.
About there. All right. And it's for color. The
Sorry.
blue would match.
Yep.
A
The
blue would
blue. Yeah.
match the jacket better. A red would match the vest. Or we commit to something like a neutral, like a brown, to just kind of balance off each of them, or like
Cheaper neutral color would be preferred. That would match. You gotta bring the eyes up to the money, you know.
he pulls out 3 sets of dye. There's a gray, there's like a mid-tone gray, like a really dark gray, almost a black, and like a mid-brown. These are all going to be about the same price. Which appeals to you the most?
We'll do the medium gray.
All right. Goes the brown the, and the black away, and he scribbles down that you want the pants to be. All right. Um, going to need to measure you for the pants, and um, that's going to take. Pants are comparatively fairly quick, so that's going to probably take another day, and that's going to be custom piece typically. So 5 on top of that.
Okay.
So we are all up looking at 25 for the vest, 5 for the pantaloons. Um, and I think I mentioned like 10 all up for the shirt and the jacket.
Yeah.
So we're looking at what's the all up? He scribbles out a contract that he will produce um, these materials to the client's measurements. He signs it real quick, flips it around. I need you to sign as the customer up here, and he points at the top of the contract, and then I need you to sign down here. This is a contract saying that I will be producing and keeping the, the garments that I have set out here. I'll be producing the shirt, the vest, the jacket, and the pantaloons. For this total price, this is the price of each piece. The total is going to be 40 gold pieces, and half is due now, and half is due on delivery.
Okay. She'll sign it.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Miss Carmi. 20 gold.
Yes. She'll do 10 gold and a platinum piece. Right? One platinum is 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she'll do 10 and platinum.
He looks at the platinum piece. I should have pushed harder for you to go for the garnets.
Too late now, sweetheart. I already signed it.
You think so, but honestly, it would be very quick to take the buttons off and apply them if you so choose to at when you return and see them. And
Yes, we
so,
will see.
thank you very much. I'll get right to work. Have a nice day, Miss Carlin.
Um, of course. And she'll wink at him and kind of look at him before she walks out. If you need any word spread around here, let me know, and I'll help
Oh,
you.
believe
Okay?
me, if I need to get the word out about the best tailor in town, I know how to do it.
Hmm. Toodaloo. She'll leave.
Ta-ta. До свидания. All right. So, is there anything else that folks would like to do while they are here in town?
I think that's everything Aki needed. Does anyone else need anything else?
I
Booze.
think I'm good.
Booze.
Can't
I'm
go
good.
wrong with that.
I think we have a whole cask in our cart. Do we not?
Yes.
We took.
Yes, we do.
I was gonna say we took the strong stuff with us.
I'm like, how much alcohol do you guys want?
Well, a lot of the alcohol will evaporate
All
when I
of
go
it.
on fire, so, you know,
A
gotta
lot
be
of the alcohol
prepared.
will evaporate when we drink it.
All right, we ready to head out?
I'm ready.
He
All right.
Let's go.
Where are we heading, folks?
And last time we were here, we had a couple of suggestions. So step one, get a horse. Dunzo. Now have
Check.
three options ahead of us. We had two people who wanted to check out Tower Place, Aki and someone else. Sorry, I do not recall. Jeff was interested in hitting the small village of Orva and dealing with their problems, but everyone else decided that sounded like little people's problems. And Jinx wanted to head up to the free towns.
Is Orva along the way?
It's a kind of along the road, but it's a little out of it.
We can go to the free towns. We can head up Orva and save those fools later.
Or you guys can head straight on to Slotcho and, you know, kind of keep going.
We
There's
could
a reason that Orva isn't on the big map.
we
Like,
could make it to Slutchow and then vote on where to go from there.
yeah.
That way we're not trying to rush to somewhere that's too far.
All right. Good news and bad news. The bad news is that the horse doesn't actually help you guys to go very much faster. The good news is that you don't have to have Chef hauling the cart like a beast of burden because that's what the horse is for. And yeah, you guys get back to Slatshaw. There's a distinct lack of booms.
We must check on my honey boo boo.
Where's the boom guy? I
um,
love the boom guy.
let's check in then. We'll go ahead and check in on our friend.
Yeah, Archer's lab is there, kind of in the middle of town.
Carmine,
And
this is your realm.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I'm waiting
making
on
sure
him
that
to.
the scene is set properly. Yeah, there's sound of clanging from inside the lab as you guys approach. And you find a large minotaur hunched over a forge, working away furiously.
I don't know where my little guy is, but I want to run it. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
We're back. Hi.
And he continues working away at the forge without looking.
I'm gonna run up to his calf and just kind of pull in the hair a little bit. Hi.
I heard you the first time. How can I help you, little one? You may
Just
not
wanted
touch
to
the
say hi. We're back.
fire first. I'm glad you are back. Is there any particular reason? Like,
No idea.
and you're like
But
here?
I know you. You give good back rides. That's
This is true,
riding
but
on
I'm also
shoulders.
trying to work on something.
Well, I can watch. She goes back over to the tools area. It just starts looking at the tools,
Jinx, the
poking
tables
at
are
stuff that's too
taller
heavy
than
for her
you
to
are.
lift.
The tables are taller than you are, Jinx. The whole place is minotaur sized.
That's okay. She jumps. She jumps and looks.
Alright.
She knows where everything is up there because she's been there before, so she's just jumping up and looking at it and amusing herself.
Okay. Archer seems to be working on something small and intricate. Well, small is relative. It's like the size of Aki's face.
Small for minotaur size.
Mm. Of
Got
course,
it.
when you're 9 feet tall and about 3 feet wide, most things.
Yeah. Aki's gonna walk in, um, and he's just gonna say, "We just came by to say hello, friend. We're just kind of making a pit stop in town to discuss where our next stop will be."
What do you mean pit stop? Why would you stop in a pit? A pit sounds like a terrible place to stop.
You're right. You're right.
Why would anybody stop in a hole?
It is only a quick pause from where we're headed to next.
Alright. Are you looking for something particular or
Well, I know why I want to go certain places, but other folks are just kind of on the fence on where we should go and where we headed.
you don't mind my asking where are you? Aki, at this point you're like inside.
Yeah, sorry.
Be mindful of the thing behind you, it's a blast furnace.
Uh,
Um
as he's
if,
about to touch it, he like lifts his hand away.
but if you don't mind my asking, where are you interested in going?
Um,
What do you hope to
Tower
find there?
currently looking for an individual.
This is a good place to do that.
Yeah. I'm actually wanting to head to Tower Place.
Like an odd place to go looking for somebody unless you expect to find them there.
Well, from the clues that I've gathered, the college has what I need. And I need more answers, it seems.
So
So
you
that's
go
what
to
we're
Whithe and you look for answers to questions. In turn begs the question, what are the questions you are?
that is the case always. It's mostly just looking for this individual that has been missing, and this person that is missing is of importance from where I'm at from, and
So you're looking for a lover, I understand.
no.
Hmm,
On
that
the
is it.
contrary, more of a mentor than a romantic interest.
But does this person have something particular about them?
um, well, be fair, I'm not sure. They tend to change quite a bit. So I don't know what they may look like currently.
Hmm. Aki,
Hmm.
are you familiar with a map of the island?
Yes.
All right. The part that you may not know is that the Kingcleave does not take kindly to outsiders. So if you are looking to travel from the north side, from the south side of the island to the north side of the island, you basically have to go through Slacha. That's one of the reasons that the city has continued to exist and it is as wealthy as because all of the trade that wants to go from the Kinyazi Dominion through the free towns and Katis runs through here along the trade route. If you are trying to get to Tower Place, the best road into that misbegotten swamp comes from Slacha.
Then I guess we're in the right path so
You're
far.
in the right place to go looking. But in order to help you find them, I need to have something to go on other than they could look like anybody at any given.
They most likely would have something similar to this. And he points to or he shows the brooch with the feather.
He takes what he's working on, sticks it into a bucket of oil where it steams ominous, and he strides over to the chalkboard that earlier in emotions you would follow him. And he pulls out a couple of pieces of multicolored chalk, holds them up to match it, and he sketches out a picture of you. I'll have the guards keep an eye out for people wearing this, but keep in mind they'll probably tell me when you come in.
Understandable.
So, you say this person is a mentor of yours?
In a sense, yes.
What kind of a sense?
He was the one that took me in when I didn't have a family, and taught me more about myself.
He sounds like a very kind person.
I think so.
All right. Are the rest of you going to come in, or are you just going
Car-
to wait outside of my lab?
Carmine's been leaning against the door, just listening.
Leftman's gonna come in and he's gonna go ahead and say, Ashley, yeah. I was just waiting for you to say hi to everybody else. What you working on?
Strides back over than Miyaki. Jinx, would you like to be up on the bench instead of having to jump at it?
Please. Yes, please.
He leans down and he picks you up and he sets you up on the bench.
She immediately starts playing with all the stuff, but she can see if she can pick it up or not.
Roll me an athletics check. The answer is mostly no.
Not even a little.
Except for a
Fair enough.
couple of the lighter instruments that seem to be for more precision work. But it looks like he made most of it, so light and precision, again, for a Minotaur are relative terms.
That's okay. I'm still surrounded by shiny. I'm good.
It won't be the first time those things have been dropped off of the edge of the table. So, while I would prefer you didn't, there something false then something. Take care now, little one. And he reaches up and he musses your hair with like 2 fingers.
She looks up, just grins.
Well, Redman, after the 5 of you left previously, I was struck by I've been trying to work on a repeating mechanism. And he holds up a uh, casing that's almost like, that looks like it's almost a one-handed crossbow. But there's like a cutout in the middle of it. And right now the rotation effect is still, or the rotation of it is still manual. Or rather, it requires manual. But with the appropriate gears, the intention is to have there be a number of cartridges in here that are fired sequentially.
So I take it you haven't gotten a working model yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
These things take time.
Well, they do take time, yes.
It took me 3 years to make the first make the first I'm just trying to make the first Zale. And after that, it was mostly been refining and specializing. This isn't the first time I've gotten into the idea of trying to make one hand-sized, at least for me. But the other thing you need to remember is I'm trying to make these to a very fine degree of detail, and The larger the hand, the easier that's going to be.
Lefman's gonna go up to the table
But
and
once I've built out the plans, you can try to make one.
is it this table or is he over here at the blast furnace
He's over
or
at
wherever he's at?
he's over at the furnace and the anvil.
Does he have it on the anvil or does he have it on the furnace? What he's working on?
He left it to temper in a bucket of oil.
Oh, okay. I'm
That yes burst into
gonna
flame,
ask him.
but the flames
Mind if I take a peek?
reaches in with bare tongs, pulls it out. Each reaches out and touches it. It's cool enough now. Reaches over with the tongs, drops it in your hands. It is noticeably warm, but it's not burning you.
Am I looking at a frame here or am I looking at
Um,
just the bare, like he just started working on it?
this is a gear assembly.
Okay.
He pulls out the body again. So the idea is that this whole thing fits in, and he shows you the inside of the body. So the trigger is going to go in later. But for now, I'm trying to make it that the he holds the gears in place with his with one of his fingers while he's holding the handle with his other, so that the uh, motion of pulling this section here that sticks through the back of the body down is going to rotate it, and it's going to rotate it the proper amount. And
Mm.
that requires getting the gears right, and I'm just about there. I want it to be like a square.
Okay. And so what you're trying to make here is a weapon that when you pull the trigger, it could repeat.
Yeah.
Would you want it to repeat right after, or would you rather have it to where you pull the trigger again and it repeats?
I want so I can't figure out how to get uh the force of recoil or of the bullet leaving the gun, leaving the weapon to cycle it on its own. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build the rotation into the cocking.
The only thing I can really think of here is if you go ahead and add a almost something to cushion that recoil.
He takes the whole
Maybe
assembly, he sets it gently onto the anvil. Then he reaches down in front of you and he just squeezes his hand, and you see the bulging muscles in his ripple,
I see the what?
and you see the bulging muscles in his arm ripple and flex. Why would I need to cushion the recoil? It's already going to be firing smaller shots than the Giselles.
I thought I had heard something about needing to potentially cushion the recoil.
It's not going to be firing that quickly.
Well, then in that case, let's forget I said anything.
This is not true. It might prove handy some someday when I am making something that is going to be firing more than 4 shots.
You let me know when that day comes.
Oh, you'll be able to know. That will be the day I conquer the other cities and crown myself as Veliki Kenya as the first in three.
Well, let me know when that day happens. I'd rather be on your side.
He places what he can of a hand on your shoulder. I would rather you be on my side on that day as well.
Glad we're in agreement.
Would the other two of you like to come in, talk, look around, enjoy yourselves? Your cook friend is still waiting outside.
Joe's watching.
He likes doing that. I'll be in bed and he'll be watching me.
Well, yes, but that's because you are trouble.
I can't possibly be that much trouble.
I think that you are underestimating yourself.
Now, I'll take that as a compliment.
And you, Miss Carmi?
I don't mind staying here, listening in. Not really seen my friends interact much with other people.
That may be as much according to their temperament as it does according to yours. Seem like the kind of person who likes to participate and not watch.
True.
But yeah, this is the lab. If you have any questions, now would be a good time to ask them. And if you don't, well, he reaches over for a bucket of what you think is water and he takes a big old swig out of it.
Great.
Listening to that, are you thirsty as well?
Oh, is he talking to me?
Yeah?
Oh, sorry. Uh, not so much. No, not right now.
All right. So, where are the five of you on your way to? I can mention he was thinking Tower Place. Are the rest of you going with him?
I'm down for whatever. I'm tagging along, so I don't really care.
You make it. Tower Place is in the middle of a large swamp.
That's what chess for.
That sounds marvelous.
It's good to be little.
Sometimes. Sometimes it's good to be big.
Yeah, I could see that. She just kind of keeps looking up, and her head just keeps craning.
I would like to point out the table is probably 4.5 feet tall. You still need to look up to look at this guy.
hmm Yeah, she's just like craning her neck all the way up, going, "Yeah, I could see that."
It's not quite that bad if you're talking to him, but if you're looking at the ceiling or something.
Probably close. It's mostly because she's just being her.
And he comes over to the other side of the anvil and starts work. Heats the piece in his blast furnace. Starts working on it here. Again. I apologize, but I do not think that I will be particularly good company while I am working.
No worries. We just wanted to stop and say hello before we headed out.
Yeah, hello.
We'll leave you to your work then.
Jinx jumps off the table and runs over to him, hugs the leg, bye, and leaves.
Do not say goodbye. Say it like a Minotaur. Until we meet again. Dos Vidania.
Until we meet again, she goes from outside.
And while you're hugging him, he just kind of reaches down to muss your hair again.
She gets out next to Chef. She's like, I don't like that guy.
Liftman?
Yes.
As with the others, it's I'm not going to be a particularly good host while I am working.
Right. Right.
Do you normally
I
like
just
to watch
still trying to
friends work?
wrap my head around how maybe you can get some of this done.
Like I said, at this point, it's just a matter of matching up the rotational action, so that pulling the cooking mechanism back does all of the things that I want it to do, and then pulling the trigger is just going to pull the cooking mechanism back into its ready position, or from its ready position into its unready position, and then you would pull it back and the cylinder will rotate again and be prepared to fire again.
Well, I'll leave you to it. I'll keep thinking about it as we're going off and on.
Yeah, yeah,
You have a good one.
very well.
Best of luck.
До свидания.
Until next time, friend.
He waves from behind the hand.
Chef will wave at him.
You've been standing in the door the entire time.
Indeed, I have.
Normally, people only do that when they have something they want to say.
Does he speak Jotun?
Yeah, do you ask him that?
Would I know?
You could ask him.
Okay. I'll ask him in the language. I'll kind of step in, all coy.
And he nearly drops the piece in shock as he looks to you and he answers. Now, where did you learn the mother tongue?
I'm gonna make the joke. I don't know. I just woke up and knew the tongue, the mother tongue.
That shows a remarkable propensity for
She's gonna be speaking in Yot now for the rest of the
Yeah.
conversation.
Mhm.
I
The
do have.
rest of the four of you hear a language that you do not speak, but I will tell you, out of character, basically sounds like cheat.
Oh, she's gonna kind of walk towards him more. I do have something for you to look at if you don't mind.
You have a great many things that I enjoy looking at.
She's just gonna ignore
Well,
the comment. And she's gonna reach into her bag and pull out the 3/4 done night sky for him to look at. Opinions? Thoughts?
this this is
It's
beautiful.
it's not done yet, of course, of course. I still need to work on it, but yeah.
Magnificent.
You cut out there, sir.
Yeah.
This this is magnificent. When did you get the time to do this?
Um,
This must have taken hours, if not.
i- admittedly, yes. I had a big ol' uh quite literally a skull hit my head and it got my, gears running and I cranked this sucker out.
This masterpiece is no sucker. And what do you mean you were struck by head, a skull?
Yeah,
Okay.
we might have ran into some sort of remnants of necromancy while we were trying to make camp one night. Somewhere somewhere over yonder on the way out of town when we last left. They're gone now, though, hopefully.
Were
I hope
you on
so.
the east side or the west side of the river?
Oh, I don't know.
You were on the west side.
On the west side.
As he crossed the river? No, he wouldn't. Half the reason that he took over that musty old thing.
I'm sorry, who? Who?
Outside of town, a little south of the forest, there was an old mine, um, long abandoned by the time my people are. And in the past few years, the academy at Tower Place teaches magic, but it does not teach the sorts of magic that this person is interested in.
Oh,
And so he came here and he tried to practice ill-fated things. And he and I had a long and serious discussion that may or may not have involved me pointing a sail at his face. And uh, he found some way out of town and away from people who would have issues with him doing things like digging up their children graveyard and then the bodies to do, as I said, ill-fated things.
well,
Like raising the dead, not like
right.
things that I would have pulled the trigger for.
Well, I didn't see the quite horrible sounding gentleman. Definitely the necromancer, but we definitely. Oh gosh, I hope those weren't children that we just blasted to
They
smithereens.
weren't. They were adult sized.
Okay. Um, but she's gonna say that out loud.
Ah, outside
But
of joking, they were adult sized. Back into character.
um, would you like us to go find him for you? Actually, bring him here to talk to you again. Sounds like you've been having issues.
He, as I said, he mostly keeps to and so long as he doesn't break into the graveyard again, I don't particularly have issues with him where he is. He'll pop into town occasionally to pick up materials that he can't make for himself, and also books.
Oh,
You know, he's a wizard sort. We read a lot. Well, they read a lot. I just also read a lot.
well, I will keep working on this for you. I will keep an eye out for our friend for you. Make sure he is keeping to his side.
He
And
touches the poster again. As I said, this is wonderful.
if you'd like me to add any specific constellations, I don't mind. But this is for you. Once I finish it, of course. And she's gonna put it away and bid farewell till we meet again.
Looking down at the anvil. Like he's thinking about something. And he looks back after he shakes his head really quick. Until we meet again, do svidania.
She's gonna give one last wave and toodaloo on out.
He waves, and the part that you don't see is him shaking his head 4 or 5 times rather vigorously back and forth.
To the inn before we head out the next day. Can discuss where we need to head to next.
Probably for the best.
Okay.
We'll head to the place that we stayed at the last time then. And we'll just gather at a table. Chef will let the house cook for us today.
You
Give
know damn
yourself a
well
break.
that Chef isn't going to do that. Chef is going to try to cook for himself. But either way, it'll be a gold from everybody to stay uh to spend the night.
I'll give the I'll give a platinum.
All right. For 2 rooms. Welcome back. Aki was trying to say that Chef wouldn't try to take over a kitchen. And I immediately shot that down.
That is correct. He has done it everywhere we have gone.
And now you're back in a place where where you've done it before. But yeah, gold from everybody across the board, and in the morning, Chef, you find the way barred by two little old ladies with frying pans.
Oh.
You sit. This time we cook for you.
Fair.
Everybody wakes up in the morning to find a very strange sight. Chef eating food that he did not cook himself.
See, he has a soft spot for the elders.
He has a soft spot for
Did
not
you get
cooking
kicked out
nasty.
of the kitchen?
I weren't rightly invited into it this time.
And he has a plate about 6 inches deep in front of him. There's sausage, there's bacon, there's eggs, uh, there's like hash browned potatoes that have been mashed into basically pancakes.
Looks
There's a bowl of
fantastic.
porridge with jam and nuts.
Is there coffee?
Yes.
Okay, I'm happy.
And in the morning, you guys set off for Tower Place.
Is that where we want to head to, everyone?
That's the Bedrockers say.
Okay.
Works for me.
Ditto.
I'm cool with that.
Charming,
Yes, I'm okay with that.
right? And 5 of you. I need to grab. Y'all. It is a quiet journey here along the one of the uh one of the high roads. This road seems to be better kept than the one back and forth to Virhinyatska. Um, and it takes you a moment to realize that's because it doesn't have a waterway right alongside it. If you guys had taken a boat to Slachau, it would have knocked off about half of your travel time.
Well, we have a horse to take care of now.
The horse can go on boats. It is a trained draft animal. That is one of the things that they train it to do. You're on an
No,
island.
no. He needs to carry our stuff.
Um, about a day out of Slachau, you find the final border of the Kenyazi Dominion. And after that, you're in the wilderness. Even through the woods, calm, it's quiet. Um, if there are bandits, they know better than to mess with a group of heavily armed uh, various levels of psychopathic mercenaries, which the five of you clearly are. Um, and eventually the road starts to tilt down almost imperceptibly, and the terrain around you starts to tilt down almost imperceptibly, and it gets wetter and damper the further and further you go until you realize you're in a swamp, a well
Corn.
and true and proper morass. And the five of you come to a wooden bridge across a in the road, and on the far side of it is a what is clearly some kind of a constructed stone pillar and some kind of large tower assembly.
Is there like a border patrol or anything?
Probably a perception check.
Oh, sorry. Perceive. There we go. 19.
You do not see anything.
Oh, I guess this is definitely different from what we're used to. Let's go. And we'll cross the bridge, I guess.
All right.
How rickety is this bridge, or is it like super solid?
It will take the cart, but it's only large enough for one cart to travel across at a time.
Okay.
So
I'll just
Aki, as you step across the midpoint of the bridge, um, two things happen simultaneously. The first is that you're just kind of looking at the marshy, swampy water, and you see something move down. And the second is that a voice cries out from the watchtower, "Boy, what do you lot want?"
Uh, we are here to see the college.
What the bloody hell is a college? I'm not sure. Does he mean the university? Do you mean the university?
Mean the university, yes.
Hmm. Then why didn't you say so?
Uh, sorry, not exactly from here.
Hmm. That is plainly obvious. Now then. Hmm. Crackle, why don't you go down and show them what's what? I have to. Yes, they're welcome to being the new guy.
Yep.
All right. And a you hear something moving inside of the mostly sealed watchtower, and eventually out pops a small goblin with bright red eyes, wearing leather with a thing. Oi, oi, hello there. My name's Croggle, and what's your name there?
Uh, Aki.
Well then, Aki, it's a pleasure to meet you. But give me a moment. He pulls out a whistle and he blows on it twice. Tweet, tweet. There you go. You can finish coming across the bridge now.
Uh, thank you.
Just
Uh,
calling off the gators and the drakes.
gotcha. That's what I saw underneath. Okay.
Oh, you
Uh,
didn't see the gator. You definitely saw. You probably saw the drake though.
well, Crackle, thank you so much for
So,
being
tell me, what's your business here coming into the magocracy of whispers?
kind of looking for an individual that might have a similar brooch that I have.
Neat. Does this individual have a name?
Uh, yes.
What is the name of this individual?
Uh, Heyman.
He turns around and he puts two hands up to his mouth. Hey, boss, do we have records of a Haman coming through here? There's a bunch of flipping. No, we do not have records of a Haman coming through here. Sorry, Aki, but we don't have records of this Haman coming through. Possible he gave another name.
Possible. Um,
That's always troublesome.
yeah, I'm sorry if he caused any trouble. I assure you it's probably not his choice.
People who cause trouble around the magocracy tend to wind up as gator.
Kind of hoping that that's not the truth, but I guess we'll find out sooner than later.
Definitely the truth, but it might not be the case for your Haman.
Yeah. Crew, are you coming?
Next. What's your name there, friend?
Carmi.
Carmine, and for that matter, Aki. You wouldn't happen to have surnames now, would you?
Uh, yes. My surname is Setsuna.
Thank you, thank you. Set that like set sun at or set you with a couple of O's in there.
Set, sun,
That's the problem with all of these common names. They don't have any particular spelling consistency. Goblin makes much more sense. There's only 21 characters and 21 sounds in the whole language. And you, Miss Carmine.
Diogenes.
Thank you, thank you. Can you please spell that for me?
Jenny.
Di uh Jen. Very, very well. Welcome then, Miss Carmine Diogenes. Next. What's your name there, Miss Purple Hair?
Hello, I'm Jinx Littlefoot.
Very, very well. Jinx like the kind of spell.
I'm sorry?
Jinx like the kind of spell. When you put a jinx on someone, it's a kind of a minor curse.
Yes.
Ah, very well, very well. Thank you very much. You may join Aki and Miss Carmine. Next. What's your name there?
Leftman.
Hello, you look like an alchemist.
I might be for the
Ah,
right coin.
leave an alchemist in time. Make sure you ask for cryo at dry pen potions.
I'll try to remember that as Leftman takes out his formula book and just starts writing his name down.
Very well. And what did you mention your name was there, friend?
Leftman.
Do you have a surname, Mr. Leftman?
What's a surname?
I think it's a human thing. They have so many folks who are named like ordinary stuff like John or James that they have to tell each other apart using. I think they mostly started off as like an occupational thing. So like John the Miller just became John Miller.
Is that what those secondary names are?
Yeah, it's real silly.
Always found it weird.
Honestly, if you got, I mean, I suppose that sometimes it also helps them to identify members of the clan, but like, you just are able to identify members of the clan, you know? Strange folk, all these Dolans.
I agree. Well, name's Leftman, but if you hear me, or if you hear them calling me Ratman, that's, I guess, also me. Or Furman, or whatever
I don't
other
know.
things they want to call me.
Calling a fine Yosaki such as yourself Rataman seems a little reductive.
I agree. It's already obvious I am a rat and a man.
Exactly, exactly. And the two of you can go join your friends and the fifth member of your group here.
Yes, sir.
What's your name there?
People call me Chef.
Is that your occupation? What do people call you or your name?
Bit of both.
I gave you three options there.
It is my occupation and what people call me.
Aye, but what's your name there?
That'll cost you
How much will it cost me?
1,000 gold.
He turns around. Hey, boss. We thought I have 1,000 gold. Just write down his name. If it'll be enough, just write down chef, and if it's binding enough, the spells will still take place. All right. And he just types. He just writes in chef. Do you have a surname there, Mr. Chef?
Just Chef.
How do I spell that?
Well, you got the roundy one that's almost completely enclosed. I believe they call it a C.
All right.
You got the one that looks like a gent with his hands straight up in the air and his legs slightly spread apart. I believe they call that one an H.
Uh-huh.
There's a kind of weird one that looks like a guy bent over in the middle with an extra arm coming out. I believe they call that one an E. And then that same guy, but with no legs, like basically standing up instead of sitting down. I believe they call that one an F.
Chef, just chef. Gotcha. Welcome very much, Mr. Just Chef, and I hope you enjoy your time in the Magocracy of Whispers. Remember to not touch the water.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, the five of you, welcome to the Magocracy. The Magocracy, a you'll pardon the pun, runs a tight swamp. There are bandits are generally not allowed, are generally hunted down, and because the goblin have things like gators and swamp drakes and mages available, um, it's really hard to hide in the swamps from them. So the five of you make it to Tower Place in record time. Jinx, welcome to it. The first thing you notice is that the entire thing is built around a section of river. So you take boats to get to where you're trying to get to. The second thing you notice is that there's a big old island in the middle of the river with a large and fancy building on it. There is in fact a tavern and inn.
Then Chef will head for the tavern and inn and board the horse and get us rooms.
All right. It is this building here, more or less next to the entrance to the place.
I'm so sorry to ask, but can someone stream on Discord the Roll20 page?
We can do that. Out front is a why 720. Bob is handling it. Bob is handling it. Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
So out front there is a sign at identifying this location as the Gobble Inn. GOBL-LINN. The on the sign has been scraped out by somebody that they're clever, and underneath has been carved in D's nuts.
Not bad. Not bad.
I already love this place.
So, head in there and I guess get us all set up for the night. Or for
All right.
however long we're going to be there.
So you walk in. Most of the infrastructure here is aimed at like small humans and or large goblins. So you have to crane over a little as you walk in, and as you do, there's like it's evening, so there's like the evening crowd, and there's probably 24 goblins in this place. And you walk and you open the door and walk in, and everything stops.
Evening.
Well, howdy there. How can I help you? Name's Clalad.
I needed to see if it would be possible to get a couple of rooms and a place to board a horse and store a wagon.
Aye, the stable outside should be perfectly fine, and don't worry about the gators. We have them well trained to stay away from. What's your name there, friend?
People call me Chef.
Very well then, chef. I'm guessing that you're the chef, just chef from who was at the bar there earlier today.
Yes, sir.
Very well, very well. Like I said, my name's Clalad, and I'll get a couple of cousins to help you out with your wagon and horse. Lads, get to work. Back at it.
Much obliged, sir.
But Uncle, as I said right now, whole clan needs to get to work. Time you lot started earning your keep. And a couple of adolescent goblins come out to help you put the horse up for the evening.
How much for the rooms and whatnot?
It's going to be depends on how many rooms you want.
How many do they have available?
The semester's in session, and so we don't have a whole lot of traffic coming in from outside of town right now. So you're looking at it'll be. It depends a little bit on how long you plan to be staying. If you're planning to stay for like a month, then I can give you a bit of a discount. But if you're planning to stay, if you're planning to stay by the night, then it'll be a golden night for a room.
And how many rooms do you have available?
You've got. He does a quick count in his head. We've got the 12 upstairs.
All right. Give me 5, and let's go for a couple days just to be safe.
All right then. Like I said, that'll be a golden room That'll be 1 gold a room for a night. And if you're said a couple is normally 2. So let's go with 10 gold per room.
I will pay him his money.
Very well, very well.
Uh,
Welcome to Tower Place.
do y'all have food?
Absolutely.
Do you have any objections to me cooking?
Only that you might not fit into the kitchen very well.
I have been in smaller, I can most assure you.
He points at a door that is literally up to your hip. That's the door to the kitchen. Are you sure you're going to be able to fit through
Give it a look and see.
it?
Oh no.
You would have to fold yourself into quarters to fit through this door, and then he opens it up, and you would have to fold yourself smaller to fit into the kitchen.
All right, well, I guess that is that then.
What can I say there, friends? Tower Place was founded by goblins, so a lot of the behind the ways infrastructure was built for us and not for biggins such as yourself.
Will your infrastructure be enough to hold a man of significant girth as myself? Like I noticed
Out
y'all
here we
got
built.
boats and
He
whatnot.
gestures to the room at large. Out here we build it more for the biggins, so you should be fine. It holds up just okay.
All right.
Admittedly, he has to sit across 2 chairs.
Is my head brushing the ceiling or am I fully bent down?
Have you seen The Lord of the Rings?
Yes,
The
so
movies?
I'm like,
You're Gandalf in the Hobbit hole.
fair enough.
You have
Okay.
to dodge the occasional rafter, but in between them you can.
Don't forget the chandelier or whatever lighting fixtures they have.
Oh, all of those are ever burning torches. This place is visibly more magical than anywhere else you have been. All of the lighting is magical, and you step up to one of the torches and it doesn't give off heat. There are benefits to having the university here in town.
That is very
One
practical. That is very,
is
very
that
practical.
we have folks who can make us this sort of thing basically anytime we need.
All right. Well, much obliged. I believe I will be heading out for a little while. Me and 4 other fellers will be back here later.
Very well, very well. And may I just say welcome to Tower Place.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. And Chef will bow, nod, and walk out. Careful not to step on anyone.
Across the way is another sign for the Swamp Oasis, which appears to be some kind of general store. And I will tell you guys flat out, you know how I mentioned that Virginyatska was a level 3 settlement and stuff was available up to level 3? Welcome to Tower Place. Tower Place is level 7. You guys want stuff, this is a good place to get it.
So it's higher quality items.
It's higher quality items. It is rarer things are more readily available. You know, Chef, it's funny you mentioned that because if you are going to go to Clalad or you're going to go to Swamp Oasis and you're going to ask for that, they're going to point you at the magical item shop, which also exists.
But I thought you said we were not. The game does not allow you to really have it until you hit level 3 or 4. Are you going to be nice and make a.
This place is levels. In Virginyatska, getting a level 3 item was hard.
Okay.
Here in the Magocracy, with need I remind you, the biggest university and the largest collection of magical might on the island, literally less than a mile away from where you are. You guys can get a bat. You guys can get basically whatever you want.
Hell yeah.
I specifically said non-runic magical items up to level 8 are readily available.
Well, all
You
right.
guys can go kind of buck wild here.
If we can afford it.
If you can afford it. Because I am not going to compromise on the money.
Fair enough.
Let me just mark down a couple of other important things. Probably no. Here we go. And next to it, we've got.
Is it possible to get magical enchantments done on weapons?
Enchant.
Are you going to ask, poke your head into the Swamp Oasis and ask that? Or are you going to go over to
I'm
the
asking above table.
Okay, and if you're asking outside of character, welcome to Pathfinder. The way that they do that is they make a rune, and they plug the runes into whatever item you want enchanted.
And you said no runes available here.
Runes are definitely available here.
Okay.
You're in fucking magocracy.
Well, you said non-runic magical items.
Non-runic magical items are available. You can also just buy runes.
Okay.
It's a different store.
What kind of price point are we talking about, just out of curiosity? Or do I need
That's
to
going
go
to vary a
ask?
little bit, but it's going to be similar to a non-runic magical item of the appropriate level. So let me grab the updated rune. So, for example, a so for example, there so in order to get a rune to work in general, it needs to have a basic potency rune attached. Basic potency runes go up to level 3 and are applicable to both armor and weapons. A basic potency rune is going to add a bonus to a attack equal to however strong it is. So, for example, a +1 weapon, you're going to add 1 to attack. You do not add 1 to damage, as I understand it. But while I'm at it, and because I want to make sure that I get it right, let me pull out GM Core. Page 220. I want to make sure that I get this shit right. So they're starting me off in armor because armor comes first alphabetically. Going to skip a little bit. So we're dealing with weapons particularly. A weapon potency rune adds +1, gives you a +X item bonus to attack rolls with the weapon. And it is the fundamental that other runes are built off of. If you are trying to make it so that your sword does more damage, in addition to the weapon potency rune, you also need to apply a striking rune. which lets you take whatever the damage die of your sword is and add it again.
So we're talking high fucking dollar.
A weapon potency rune is a level 2 item and has the requirement of being expert in crafting in order to apply in the party. So, hey Leftman, how good
Mhm.
is crafting?
I believe I'm 4 on crafting. I'm trained. I don't think I'm expert
Does
just
it
yet.
say T or does it say E next to it?
I am actually checking right now, but I'm 90% certain it's a T.
All right.
Yeah, it's a T.
All right. So you aren't quite there yet, but you will be. But you will be able to apply these for people in the party soon.
I think by next level, I should be on E
That
if
sounds right.
I do the right stuff. Because I was trying to kind of work the math.
Like I said, that sounds right. And then, if I'm remembering right, Chef, you're using Buster Sword do 1d12. So if you put a basic striking rune into your sword, it will do 2d12 plus 5 slashing damage every time you hit something.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm interested in this.
There's more. Because in addition to all of those, because in addition to striking rune, which are a fundamental rune, you can also add a property rune up to the level, and you can have X property runes, where X is the level of potency item bonus that you're getting. Like I said, potency bonus comes in up between 1 and 3. So if you get a potency rune and a striking rune, you can also then get a flaming rune stuck on, which makes it a +1 Buster Sword of uh, flaming and striking.
Well, most of the time it'll already be flaming.
Most of the time it will also already be flaming, but you can also get an enchantment that does acid damage. You can get an enchantment that makes creatures frightened of you on a critical hit. Uh,
I was thinking
you
lightning.
can make you can get a property that lets you hit ghosts with it.
Ooh.
That sounds sick.
All right, we need to get rich
is-
fast. We need to get really, really rich really, really fast. I want a sword that does all of the damage.
You can make a sword that does void damage and heals Carmine when you stab her with it.
Stand right there. Let me whack you on the head with this real quick.
Come here. It'll only hurt a little bit.
And
That is definitely a hurt so good scenario.
I had a couple of other places that I picked out. And I just need dry pen potions. Then dry pen potions. You know what? Dry. So there you go. Welcome to Tower Place. So you know how you guys were like, "Oh man, this is a shopping trip." Uh, welcome to the best shopping on the island.
Dick.
We made it.
hmm
We need all of the money.
Every
So-
little bit.
Maybe we should start by finding work here.
That sounds like it would be a good place to start.
While we're working, most likely I'll be able to find more answers for my mentor.
So, what time is it approximately in game?
Early evening.
Y'all want to pack it in for the night and start fresh in the morning times?
Might be
Or
for
do
the
you wanna
best.
poke around and introduce yourselves to shopkeepers who may be valuable later?
That sounds good to me as well.
I figured we could poke around in the morning and
All right.
while Aki is doing his thing.
Okay. So you guys settle in for the evening at the Gobble Inn. Everybody gets a room to themselves. Means nobody gets to pick on or bully anybody. And if you guys want to keep going, we can keep going. If you guys want to just call it a night, then we can do that as well.
I'm good to call it for the night because I gotta get up early.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate y'all coming out here. Thank you to the Twitch chat. You guys are wonderful. To YouTube chatters, you guys are also wonderful. Kindly do the YouTube pleasantries, because if you've made it this far and we haven't pissed you off yet, then you clearly think we're doing something right.
There-
All right. On that note, we love you. There's nothing you can do about it. We'll see you next time.
I'm fairly
Bye
sure there's something you
bye.
can do about it.
Bye.